Jai Hind to everyone. My name is Mili Srivastava from IT department, Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College. And today I am going to discuss about introduction of operating system. So what is operating system? These are the contents. What is an operating system? Mainframe systems, desktop systems, multiprocessor systems, distributed systems, clustered systems, real-time systems, handheld systems, and computing environment. So first of all, I am going to discuss about introduction of operating system. What is operating system? Basically, operating system is an interface, works as an interface between user and hardware. So an operating system acts as an intermediary between the user of a computer and computer hardware. The purpose of an operating system is to provide an environment in which a user can execute programs conveniently and efficiently. Now, an operating system is a software that manages the computer hardware. The hardware must provide appropriate mechanisms to ensure the correct operation of the computer system and to prevent user programs from interfering with the proper operation of systems. So basically, we can say that an operating system is a program that controls the execution of application programs and acts as an interface between the user of a computer and the computer hardware. As I told, a program that acts as an intermediary between user of a computer and the computer hardware. Operating system, we can also say that a more common definition is that the operating system is one of the we can say that operating system is concerned with the allocation of resources and services such as memory, processors, devices, and information. The operating system correspondingly includes programs to manage these resources such as a traffic controller, a scheduler, a memory management module, input-output programs, and a file system. So basically, these are some goals of operating system: execute user programs and make solving user problems easier. Use the computer hardware in an efficient manner. With the help of an operating system, where we can control the hardware for more efficient manner. Now, as we know that these are the basic computer system components. Operating system basically there are some computer system components. First is hardware, provides basic components, resources, CPU, memory, input output devices. These are the hardware. Now, what is operating system? Controls what is the work of operating system basically? So, controls and coordinates the use of the hardware among the various application programs for the various users. So, what are the applications program? Define the ways in which the system resources are used to solve the computing problems of the users. And what is users? Like people, machines, other computers, these are works as a user. Now, there are some functionalities of operating system. There are some features of operating system. What are the features? First is convenience. With the help of operating system, we can conveniently use the hardware systems. Second is efficiency. And operating system, the computer system resources to be used efficiently. Ability to evolve. An operating system should be constructed in such a way as to permit the efficient development, testing and introduction of new system functions at the same time without interfering with services. Next is throughput. An operating system should be constructed so that it can give maximum throughput. Number of tasks per unit time. This is the definition of how operating system works and what is the functionalities of operating system. This is the basic structure of operating system, where we can see that this is operating system works as interface between computer hardware and system application programs. So these are the user and operating system. Here operating system works as a user and interface between user and hardware. Now, there are some functionalities of operating system. The first is resource management. Resource management. When parallel accessing happens in the operating system means when multiple users are accessing the system, the OS works as resource manager. It is responsible, its responsibility is to provide hardware to the user to decrease the load in the system. Second is process management. Now, what is process management? It includes various tasks like scheduling and termination of the process. It is done with the help of CPU scheduling algorithms. Next is storage management. The file system mechanism is used for the management of the storage. All the data in the stored in various tracks of hard disk that are all managed by the storage manager. It includes hard disk. Last is memory management. What is memory management? Refers to the management of primary memory. To the operating system has to be keep track of how much memory has been used and by whom. It has to decide which process need memory space and how much. Operating system also has to allocate and deallocate the memory spaces. Last is security and last functionality of operating system is security and privacy management. So, privacy is also provided by the operating system by means the password, so that the unauthorized application can't access programs or data. For example, Windows use Kerberos authentication to prevent unauthorized access of data. So, this is resource allocator. In resource allocator, operating system manages and allocates the resources, and in control program controls the operating. With the help of operating system, we can control, execute, insert all, we can access all the control of any program or system. So, controls the execution of user programs and operations of input output devices. Next is kernel. So, what is kernel? Basically, operating system further divided into two parts, that is kernel and shell. What is kernel and what is shell? Shell interacts directly with the user and get whatever the requirement given by the user, and it passes that requirement to the kernel, and kernel works as a main part of the operating system. Kernel works as interface between hardware and shell. So, every general purpose computer consists the process, there are some basic process systems as user interface, that is user, system and application program, operating system and hardware. So, every general purpose computer consists of hardware and operating systems. System program, the application programs, the hardware consists of memory, CPU, ALU, input output devices, peripheral devices and storage devices. The system program consists of compiler, loaders, editors, operating system, etc. The application program consists of business programs and database programs. So, what is mainframe systems? Reduce setup time by batching similar jobs, automatic job sequencing and resident monitoring. So, in this case, every computer must have an operating system to run other programs. The operating system coordinates the use of the hardware among the various systems, programs and application programs for various users. Now, it simply provides an environment within which other program can do useful work. We can say that automatic job sequencing in this part of mainframe system automatically transfer controls from one job to another. First, rudimentary operating system, resident monitoring, initially control in monitor, control transfer to job, and when job completes, control transfer back to the monitor. So, we can say that provides the facilities to create and modify of program and data file using an editor. So, access or to the compiler for translating the user program for high level language to machine level language. This is memory layout for a simple batch system. This is operating system and user program area. This is multi-program batch system. In multi-program batch system, several jobs are kept in main memory at the same time and the CPU is multiplexed among them. So, we can say that the module that keeps track of the status of devices is called the input-output traffic controller. Each input-output device has a device handler that resides in the drivers for specific hardware devices. So, whenever this starts, the primary systems works as a uniprocessor system, and in case of uniprocessor system, maybe CPU become in many situation becomes ideal. So, our motive is how we use maximum CPU utilization. This is the main purpose of operating system. So, to fulfill this requirement, we required multi-programmed batch system. Now, in case of input-output system, the modules that keep track of the status of device is called input-output traffic controller. So, devices are specifically hardware devices like assembler, compiler and interpreter. The input and assembler is an assembly language program. The output of the is an object program plus information that enables the loader to prepare the object program for execution. It helps in memory management, CPU scheduling and allocation of devices. Now, what is time sharing system? In case of time sharing system, we can say that the operating system provides a the CPU is multiplexed among several jobs that are kept in memory, and on disk the CPU is allocated to a job only if the job is in memory. A job swapped in and out memory to the disk with the help of operating system. Online communication between the user and the system is provided when the operating system finishes the execution of one command is seek the next control statement from the user's keyboard. And online system must be available for users to access data and code. This is the basic terminology of time sharing system. It is also known as interactive computing. Now, what are the desktop systems? Simple systems like personal computers, input output devices, user convenience and responsiveness. All these are desktop systems. In personal computers, computer system dedicated to a single user, that is your personal computer, and in input output devices like keyboards, mice, display screens, smaller printers, these are input output devices. And in case of input output devices, we can say that every general purpose computer consists of hardware and operating system, system programs and application programs. So, the hardware consists of memory, CPU, ALU, input output devices, peripheral devices and storage devices. So now the system program consists of compiler, loaders, editors, operating system, etc. The application program consists of business programs and database programs. What is parallel systems? Multiprocessor systems which more than on CPU's close communication. We can say that parallel system just like a work as a multi-program system. In case of multi-program system, CPU never be on idle state. That is the main purpose of operating system. Tightly coupled system. Processors share memory and a clock communication usually takes place through the shared memory. What are the advantages of parallel systems? Increased throughput, economical, increased reliability, graceful degradations and fail software system. So, we can say that every computer must have an operating system to run other program. The operating system coordinates the user of the hardware among the various system program and application programs for various users. It simply provides an environment or interface within which other programs can do useful work. In parallel systems, there is some symmetric multiprocessing. This is also known as SMP. What is this? Each processor runs an identical copy of the operating system. Many processors can run at once without performance deterioration. Most modern operating systems support SMP. This is symmetric multiprocessing. And what is asymmetric multiprocessing? In asymmetric multiprocessing, each processor is assigned a specific task, master processor scheduled and allocated work to slave processors. Here we can also use the concept of master and slave technology, more common in extremely large system. Whenever we can, we use the system input output comparison, we can say that the high level languages such as C, C++, Java, Python, etc. Are processed by compiler and interpreters. A compiler is a program that accepts a source program in a high level language and produces machine's code in one go. So, some of the compiled language like COBOL, C, C++, Rust and Go, and interpreter is a program that does loaders is a program that places programs into memory and prepares them from execution. So, this is for parallel systems. Now, this is view or we can say that architecture of symmetric multiprocessor architecture. Here we can say that there are so many CPUs which are linked with one memory system. This is the concept of multiprogramming. Now, what is distributed system? Distribute the computation among several physical processors. So, with the help of distributed system, there is a one server or a main system in which we can distribute that hard work in that into that mini systems, smaller systems. That is loosely coupled. Distributed system is a loosely coupled system. Each processor has its own local memory. Processors communicate with one another through various communication lines such as high speed buses or telephone lines. Advantages, what are the advantages of distributed systems? Resource sharing, computation speed up, load sharing, reliability and communication. Requires networking infrastructure. Load area network, LAN or wide area network. With the help of LAN and WAN, local area network or wide area network, it requires some connection between main system and whenever we distribute that systems, a smaller system. So, maybe either client server or peer-to-peer systems. So, we can say that distributed operating system manages a group of different computers and makes appear to be a single computer. In when we talked about batch system, we see that sequence of jobs in a program on a computer without manual interventions. So, when we compare this into time sharing system, time sharing operating systems allow many users to share computer resources, maximum utilization of the resources. But in the case of distributed operating system manages a group of different computers and makes appear to be a single computer. This is the main advantage of distributed system. And when we go through network operating system, computers running in different operating systems can participate in a common network. It is used for security purposes. So, now when this is the general structure of client server model, there is a one server and there are so many clients, and this black line works as a network. So, this is an example of client server model. Now, what are the clustered system? Cluster system used where any or all the jobs have strict time constraints. So, we can say that the operating system manages the computer's input and output devices. So, such as keyboard, mouse, printer, ensuring that they are properly configured and functioning correctly. So, in clustered system, clustering allows two or more systems to share storage. We can make some group of same or similar task which works as a similar task. This is clustering allows two or more systems to share storage, provides high reliability. Asymmetric clustering, here Basically, there are two types of clustering, asymmetric clustering and symmetric clustering. In asymmetric clustering, one server runs the application while other servers stand by. And in case of symmetric clustering, all n hosts are running the applications. Next is real-time system. So, what is real-time system? Real-time operating system used where any or all the jobs have strict time constraints. So, in real-time system often used as a control device in a dedicated application such as controlling scientific experiments, medical imaging systems, industrial control systems and some display system. So, now in real-time system, there are two types of real-time system. First is hard real-time system and the soft real-time system. So, in case of hard real-time system, we are very much well-defined fixed time constraint. This is hard real-time system, and when there is no boundation of fixed time, this is soft real-time system. Real-time system may be either hard or soft real-time system. What is hard real-time system? Secondary storage limited or absent data stored in short-term memory or read-only memory ROM conflicts with time sharing systems not supported by general purpose operating system. This is hard real-time system when we require like round robin, there is some given quanta time, like if we decided quanta time equals to 2, then all the processes executed within two unit of time. Next is soft real-time system, limited utility in industrial control of robotics, useful in applications multimedia, virtual reality requiring advanced operating system features. This is real-time, soft real-time system. In case of real-time systems used where any or all the jobs have strict time constraint, this is hard real-time system. And in case of soft real-time system, there is some constraint of time is less than hard real-time system. Now, what is handheld system? Like our cellular phones, mobile phones, which can easily handled by a person, people. So, this is handheld systems like personal digital assistants, PDAs, cellular telephones. What are the issues in handheld systems? Now, first is limited memory, second slow processor, small display screen. Now, basically, there are three types of environment which provided by the operating system. This is computing environments, traditional computing, web-based computing and embedded computing. Now, the operating system basically provides security features to protect the computer from unauthorized access, viruses or other types of malware. Now, in this, this is the history of operating system. We can say that we can see that migration of operating system concepts and features, what is supposed to be in history, when we talked about first generation, that is 1945 to 55, it is used as a vacuum tubes types of operating system device, that time you are known as plug boards. And this is all about first generation. And when we talk about second generation operating system, this is like 1955 to 65, and here we used electronic device, used transistors, and that type of operating system is known as batch operating system. And when we go in third generation, that is 1965 to 80, this electronic device used integrated, and here type of operating system is multi-programming. So, in fourth generation since 1980, large scale migrations, that is PCs, and here operating system uses a PC. So, this is the migration or history of operating system. So, this is all for introduction of operating system. Thank you so much.